Hello, dear colleagues. I'm Professor Matthias Augustin, dermatologist at the University Medical Center in Hamburg in Germany. It's a pleasure for me to present shortly a publication in BJD on the epidemiology and comorbidity of patients with alopecia areata based on claims data in Germany. This on the right is the author team, and the background is that we know that alopecia areata is a common chronic autoinflammatory disease which poses a considerable burden, but there are very few data on the population-based prevalence and incidence, and also on the comorbidity of AA, which are also somehow inconsistent. So the objective was to address the question about the prevalence and incidence, the regional differences, and the extent of comorbidities in AA in Germany. We used claims data of about 6 million insured persons, reflecting the normal German population, and the analysis was based on a random 40% sample for technical reasons, and the sample size was sufficient enough for estimating the prevalence and incidence for the German population. Patients were identified having AA based on ICD-10 diagnosis, L63, and subdiagnosis. Prevalent cases were considered when there was at least one relevant diagnosis in a single year, and incident cases were acknowledged when there was a diagnosis, but no diagnosis of AA in the 3 or 4 years before. The results, we identified an annual incidence of AA in 2020 of 72 patients per 100,000, which is about 60,000 newly diagnosed cases in Germany. A shorter washout period was not affecting this result, indicating that it's truly an incidence rate which was measured. The prevalence was about 210 per 100,000, or 0.21%, and makes up 175,000 patients in the country. The prevalence was stable across the years 2016 to 2020. Women were slightly more affected by AA than men, and the most frequently used code was IL63.9. Higher rates of both prevalent and incident AA patients were found in certain regions in Germany, which still needs to be explained. The patients were found to have a significantly higher likelihood of 36 comorbidities or conditions compared to patients without AA. For example, there were higher risk ratios for atopic dermatitis, pruritus, lupus, and urticaria, but also psoriasis. This is the research team, happy to answer questions if you like, and you can join the dialogue and the debate through the correspondence sections of BJD. Write rapid responses with not more than 350 words, and further details can be found on the BJD website. And with this, I thank you very much for your attention.